Currants, sultanas, raisins, just chopping up some cherries here. It's quite hard to do with one hand. If we pop in some of the alcohol into the cherry syrup and then give it a wee swirl around, it should lift it all off and it should dissolve in there, and any flavour then that you've got coming from the cherries should hopefully get caught up in the liquid, and then we can use that for steeping our cake in. I've got all my fruit now in this here lunchbox and it's just going in the steep. So I've got my currants and my cherries, and I've got my sultanas, raisins, and then few other bits and pieces just in so that it can soak, and I've used some rum and also some cherry brandy, because I like the cherry flavour that it comes through later on. Yeah, so we'll leave this here for about 24 hours to soak, and we'll come back to it and we'll see how it goes. Night fruit. Just on a wee side note, do you like my apron? I got it in Italy. Yay! So for my Christmas cake, we have butter, 4 eggs, dark brown sugar, some spices, and flour sifted. That's my mixed fruit, and it's got loads of rum in it. We're going to, first of all, take our butter, which is 225 grams of butter, and we're going to put that into our mixer. And I'm going to cream that then with my sugar. Now I have got a dark brown sugar here, and it's just loosely packed. It's 225 grams as well. So this goes straight in then with our butter. And what we're going to do here is we're going to incorporate the two and we're going to mix them together until it's nice and creamy. So we can do that now. So this is about the stage that I wanted. It's nice and light and creamy, and you can actually see the colour difference in it there. It looks like it's been whipped up. It's nice and light brown at this point. Yeah, and don't be panicking if you have a little bit of curdling that happens here, because it's actually just because sugar is actually quite dense, and in that case then it may just fall through the butter, and it might take it a little longer to incorporate. So I'm going to just use a spatula then to scrape down the sides of the bowl and just make sure that all the bottom of this here has been mixed properly. So sometimes you'll get that little bit on the bottom there that is not mixed up, so that's it. So that's what we should end up with at this point. So now what we're going to do is incorporate the eggs one at a time, and we're going to just let it take these in, and it may curdle ever so slightly, but that's absolutely fine at this point.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Sometimes what you need to do is just add a little bit of the flour just to strengthen the mix and to stabilize it all up, and that actually stops the eggs from curdling. Okay, that's our eggs in. And that should be them lovely and glossy and incorporated here on this one. So we're also going to add in a teaspoon of black treacle. So this can be messy. I've taken this spoon and I've preheated it. Right, so we've got our mix now, and what we're going to do into this mix is add in our flour, and we're going to use the folding method. So we'll fold the flour in And we're also going to fold in our spices. So I've got them into my flour. Okay, just make sure and get them all. And I'm going to just take a wooden spoon and mix that through. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in some of this here, and we're going to fold it in at this point. So I'll just add in a couple of spoonfuls just to start us off there. I've mixed in most of the flour here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the remaining flour and I'm actually going to dust some of my fruit with it, just so that it doesn't sink too.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, so this then gets folded straight into this mixture, and I'm going to add it in batches just so that it's easier to work with. So you should end up with something like this here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here and I'm going to pop it into my tin. So for my tin then, I have 2 layers of paper on the bottom and 1 layer nice and tall up around the outside. I've just greased around the outside so that the paper sticks. And then I'm going to wrap an extra 2 sheets around the outside of that, just to make sure that it doesn't burn. Let's pop this baby in here. I'm going to just push it around the outside, just to make sure that it's level and that it cooks evenly then. This is the cake then all smoothed out on top. It's ready for its 2 sheets of paper. Go around the outside of it, and then that's it. Goes in the oven. So it goes into the oven at 170 for about an hour. Right, so it's about 2 weeks later, and the Christmas cake has been fed 3 times now, and it now has about 250 to 270 mils of alcohol in it, and that's with soaking the fruit and everything. So we'll have a wee look at it. You'll see that it's a really dark colour, and that's just because of the treacle in it, so it's not burnt.
We